The act of mass killings in Bangladesh in 1971 was one of the worst holocausts in the 20th century. This genocide was meant to destroy the Bengali identity by murdering elites, destroying religious diversities, and raping women. Recently, the human rights activists and political leaders in Geneva urged the United Nations to globally recognize the 1971 genocide. They also demanded that the Pakistan government should offer apology to Bangladesh for the genocide perpetrated by its army. Take a look.
Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the leader of East Pakistan, declared the region an independent republic, which he said will be called Bangladesh, the land of the Bengalis.
The Proclamation of Independence by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman on 27 March 1971 was a moment in history that paved the way for the liberation of Bangladesh. Today, the celebrations of Independence Day of Bangladesh remind each one of the Bangladeshis that they have lost so many dear ones to get this freedom. The liberation war in erstwhile East Pakistan was marked by the horrific genocide committed by the Pakistani army and its paramilitary force, the Razakars. The region witnessed almost a full collapse of humanity during the 9 months of March to December in 1971. Around 10 million people were forced to cross border and relocate to India. In a bid to acknowledge the suffering and honor of the victims of the genocide underwent during the war, the Bangladeshi diaspora and ruling political party in Geneva recently demanded international recognition of the genocide and an apology from Pakistan.
Today we are here for the genocide of Bangladesh in 1971 against Pakistan brutal army, what they have done. We are here to recognize the genocide in Bangladesh from the international organization in front of the United Nations office in Geneva. So we protest their brutality in 1971 to the unarmed people, and we demand the excuse from the Pakistan government what they have done, what their army have done in 1971 in Bangladesh.
Bangabandhu, Jai Bangabandhu, Jai Bangla, Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu, Jai Bangabandhu.
It is a matter of shame that the genocide committed by Pakistan in Bangladesh 50 years ago, which was aimed at changing the ethnicity of a group, is yet to be globally recognized. According to Bangladesh Genocide Archives, 3 million people were killed, 500,000 girls and women were raped, and entire villages were laid to waste. The abduction and subsequent rape of women by soldiers took place in camps for months. Many more were subject to hit-and-run rapes. Hit-and-run rape explains the brutality of forcing male family member before their own death view the rape of their female family member by soldiers. Though atrocities and brutality started well before March 1971, continuation of this barbarism reached its peak on the night of March 25, 1971. The Operation Searchlight, initiated by Pak Army on March 25, resulted in the death of between 5,000 and 1 lakh Bengalis in a single night. Forces of the Pakistani army targeted academics, specifically murdering many Hindu university students and professors. The goal of the operation was to crush the Bengali nationalist movement through fear.
Pakistani army has Operation Searchlight in all of the Bangladesh community, Bangladesh peoples, University of Dhaka students, in Rajarbagh police line, all of the Dhaka and other city. They have Operation Searchlight, genocide in all of the Bangladesh, and this is the very dark night of the Bangladesh history and all of the international history. So our Bangladeshi peoples in Switzerland, we are demanding in international community should be recognized the International Genocide Day, 25th of March in Bangladesh. So we are appeal to the international community and international organization of United Nations. Pakistan should be apology to the Bangladesh.
The year 1971 was the darkest period for Bangladeshi Hindus. the members of Hindu community were robbed of their lands and shops, systematically slaughtered, and in some places painted with yellow patches marked H. All of this had been officially sanctioned, ordered, and implemented under martial law from Islamabad. Documented incidents in which Hindus were massacred in large numbers include the Jati Bhanga massacre, the Chuknagar massacre, and the Shankaripara massacre.
There was the Hindus in Shakari Bazaar, in old Dhaka. They were burned down, the old were burned. The one who thought that they were fortunate to run away, they were machine gun. And they saved bullet by killing the children, by using bayonet. So that was very, 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 those atrocities must be compensated. At least we need a recognition for Bangladesh, that genocide in 1971.
There should be no doubt that the Pakistani army and its collaborators were guilty of genocide and war crimes. Apart from denial, the defense of Pakistan has been that its army was acting under the orders of the legitimate government in aid of civil authority to control an insurrection. However, it is well established that even in such situations, Geneva Conventions and other international humanitarian laws and laws on human rights are applicable. It is a shame that barring some civilian collaborators who have been belatedly brought to justice in Bangladesh, the officers and soldiers of the Pakistani army who perpetrated the heinous crime have remained unpunished despite being identified.